Hmm. Oh, is it already live? Yeah, gotta open stuff up. Always gotta do your audio checks. Doop a doop a doop. Okay, and then it's over here as well. I'm probably not going to be very entertaining. Um, but I need to work on game development. So I will be here. And let me pop out my chat. I can throw the chat somewhere, or I can keep it on the side over here. I don't want to set up a whole bunch of stuff. I just want to work on games. Because I feel bad when I don't work on games. So, let's see, what all we have that. Answer a Discord. I should see if I can listen to music without the music being streamed. Because I need music in order to, like, actually focus on anything. Can listen to my Winamp over here. So I'm just waiting for the stream to catch up so I can hear. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. I do not hear the music, which it should not happen, so that's good. I might not listen to this. I might just turn on like lo-fi beats or something, but we'll go ahead and get started. So what am I even working on? I'm currently working on Christmas Horse 3, which I've barely done anything with. Actually, yes, let me turn off this music. We will turn on lo-fi something or other. Because it will be easier to focus if there's no lyrics. Getting ads. Okay. Now I'm good to go. And I'm just checking my phone. Okay, so we're going back. What is Christmas Horse? Well, I could play this terrible game. If I do that, I should probably let you listen to the terrible music, so we'll go ahead and let that play into the terrible music, so we'll go ahead and let that play. Sorry, just checking the audio. So the first Christmas Horse I did on a stream as well over 3 days. Just as a gift for my cousin, and I was trying to just not really do anything too intensive, just make something. And it's just 3 levels. You technically have lives, but you don't actually die if you run out of lives, so it's good. I don't want to have to play this game any more than I have to. This one's not particularly great. Why am I not going to the next level? I should be going to the next level already. I have plenty of carrots. There must be a bug. Okay, we might have to start that over. Anyway, this is Christmas Horse. In all of its terrible first game stuff. There we go. And then the final boss, where it's basically Yar's Revenge, and then you have to impale Santa with a candy cane. Go. No! The gifts. The gifts regenerate. Also really good sound effects. Oh, I just barely missed. Oh. Usually I can get this a lot faster. There we go. So then we defeated Santa and saved the world. But that's not the end of the game, because I made another one in 2021. So that was 2020, 2021. Now we're Santa. There's our workshop on the day after Christmas. And it gets exploded. The elves retaliated. And we have to go gather resources and allies. So here we're gonna... I can't really do anything. Hey! What's up, Leo? So, okay, I talked to that guy, and he's like, get stockpiles of apples for the army. This one's grab rabbits to make leather armor out of. I have to talk to the other dudes as well. I need snowballs. Thank you. So, I have to work on the third game this year. I mean, I don't have to, but I've been thinking about it all year and what I wanted to do. But at the same time, it's hard to kind of continue with game programming when you haven't been doing it for months. So, that's what I'm gonna be working on. I just have to find this last person somewhere. Where's the last horse? Okay, we already know that. There's one more horse that makes us pick up sticks. There we go. We need lumber. So then in the game I want to work on this year, I want to make like a little tower defense kind of game. Collect the rest of these sticks. There we go. And then I win. I win Christmas Horse 2. So now we're going to rebuild and have to fight against the elves. So there's currently nothing in Christmas Horse 3. I did set up game states, but that's kind of where I am at right now. And I need to set up a cutscene. That'll probably be the easiest thing to kind of start with, just because it's not going to take a lot of programming. I also do not worry about having really good code. So for instance, with the prologue for last year, I just had an if statement for different slides, and then certain sprites would move a little bit based on what the action was. So those cutscenes were these things right here. So basic movement. So I'll do the same sort of thing and just kind of figure out how to make... What the heck? Oh, it opened all my audio assets. That's weird. Okay, let me turn off computer audio so I can listen to music. But yeah, so it's not very exciting to watch programming, but I haven't done any videos in a long time. And I need to kind of just get motivated anyway. So I figured I'd just stream for a while and see if anyone joins me. I guess I could technically join our Discord voice chat, and it won't be recorded on the stream because I'm not sharing computer audio. But I don't know if it'll... Does it let me take... yeah, I guess it can capture audio. So I guess I'll be in voice chat, but it won't make a lot of sense to anyone watching the stream, since they won't be able to hear anyone else. So this is my development environment. I just need to go in here. We'll set up the same sort of thing as before, where we have a set of slides. What is this slide object? Backgrounds, texts, and sprites. Okay, and then you can click between them. It'll just draw it to the screen. This one is currently called, oh, I don't need this. I should actually move that. But I'm also not focusing on writing the best code ever. So just kind of like, it works, so we're gonna get it done. We got less than 2 weeks. We got a week and a couple days to work on this to hopefully get it done by Christmas. So again, it's not going to be a very big game. And I'm just kind of sitting here like, man, my brain isn't currently in gear for doing any of this. So I guess what I'll start with is, let's go to our assets path. So like here are the separate scene parts from last year. So I need to figure out the same kind of thing I'm going to do here with the story. And I kind of have some sketches. Not a lot. I have sketches on paper. And I have GIMP open over here, so we have one more thing. Design, story. So this is kind of where I have my base thing. So this has the slides and the art from last year, and I can keep using this. So I'll just create a group. I also need to find my drawing tablet. That would make it easiest. I'm not sure where it's currently at. Maybe I'll do temporary art or just work really hard with the mouse. So this is the 2021 stuff. And 2022. And it's not a very big resolution. So I was just thinking to start with putting a date on the screen. So the second game was December 26th. Should we just do like a next day for each for each one? Actually, did I put a year for this one? Oh, it just said December 26th. So December 27. I could render this text in the code, but I'm not going to. So we'll save this down in packages here and use a similar naming convention. So this is Christmas Horse 3, Scene 1, and technically I'm not going to have any other art for the very first scene. We'll just kind of get started setting up that and then making sure we can go from the menu to Christmas Horse 3's intro cutscene. So here's scene 1, background 1. We are going to load from the Christmas Horse 2022 package, graphic story, and then whatever I just named that. These I don't need at the moment. Text, I mean, technically, actually, maybe I will just make that a black screen. That way I can edit it if I need to. So text 1, we'll say December 27th. Get rid of this. We'll adjust the location of the text as we go. So this is like the X and the Y position, and there's other properties here. So let's see, we're not going to worry about the other slides. Just kind of comment those out. We'll use the same really bad music from last time and hopefully get some better stuff in there. So we'll start current slides. That should all be set up, I think. Yeah, because we have current slide at 0. Slides.size, that should go to the game state, which I may or may not have set up properly. These are the movements for each of the other slides, so we don't currently need anything moving around. We just need to display the text, so sprite. We actually have no sprites in there, so that's not going to do anything. Going to get the slide, draw it to the background, draw any sprites, and then draw any text. So that might already be set up pretty well. I just need to make sure that the game can go over to that state, which that is not the right spot. We don't need to be in there. Application. And here is last year's game includes. Okay, and that game state is named CH 2022 game state. We'll come down here. This is not the best way to do this. I really need to adjust how this works in my engine, but we're gonna go with it. Ugh, gross. This is all gross. I do need to refactor all this stuff. And also, I don't know, I'm naming things this way. I don't know. And tear down should technically take care of destroying those states, I hope. Application teardown. Oh, are the state is that allocated memory getting removed? I should also change those to some smart pointers. The state manager should take care of deleting this stuff. We'll just double check. Use the cleanup for every state. If it's not null pointer, then delete the state. Okay. So we're going to copy prologue state. And then down here, where is it? Oh, it's just in my menu stuff. So technically I've written my own menu system. It's not the best, but it works. And then let's see, this is the button. Play 2, play 3. So then from our startup state, if we hit plate 3, oops, then we go to the prologue state here. And this one does not like that typo. I might need to go grab something to drink as well. This is being redefined. I should take the original version and put it somewhere where I can use it that's in common. So let's see. It doesn't really need to be in a package. Maybe just the program base. We'll just create a story slide. That was not what I meant to do. Dang it. Boop. So I'll cut that. We will include where are we at? Story slide. Go to that item, wherever it is, down here. Yeah, one more thing. Close this thing on my other screen, just a moment. Man, Discord does not run very well in Linux. It just gets really slow. Okay. So, we've got story slide there. We're gonna put that also in our prologue state. So it has access on both places. And again, that could be refactored more later. Game state's not currently being used. Prologue state. And then that should jump there whenever we click on Christmas Horse 3 from the main menu. There's the bad music and also the square. And also the text at the bottom, which I guess I probably blew up these slides by like 4x originally. So we'll do that here as well. Go into our packages. I mean, technically this could just be a black rectangle that I draw to the screen, but we're not worrying about specifics right now. We're just getting the job done. Okay, and then also that text was on the like bottom of the screen, so I need to put that closer to the middle. And no, I don't have a really good way written in my engine to set it to the middle. I've just been manually setting things. I know it's terrible, but what is the resolution in this game right now? 1280, 720. So we'll start with this, but that's not going to be it either. Hit that. See, like this is where the thing is. So we need to offset it by half of the width and half of the height. And I might have to check the SFML documentation because I do not remember for sure. I mean, technically, the text is basically an image, right? Like it gets rendered to a sprite or a texture or something. So let's see if we can get its width anyway. So, oh, I can also set the origin. Maybe let's just do that. Let's see if that works. So text1.set origin. Now, is this based on pixel position? That's another thing. I don't know what the dimensions of this is. It's probably pixels. Well, I guess I can kind of find out. I mean, there should be a way to get the width and height. And I'm just wanting to do this the most kludgy way possible. We have set origin. We need something like get sprite and get width, but it should just be a string, right? Well, actually, does text inherit from drawable? It does. So let's go over here. With our drawable, we should have something like get width and height, I hope. It's been a while. Oh, is that it? Whale. We can just do this the fast way. I'll take a screenshot of the text and we'll say this text is about this size. And I have a width and height up here, so we're gonna do half of that for the center point. So 369 divided by 2, 46, oops. 46 divided by 2. Let's see if that looks good. There, now it's centered. And now I just need the text length to not change. Which this game doesn't really get translated to any other languages because it's just technically a gift game or like a little casual game. But, you know. So, okay, we have the first slide. Now we just need to work on all of the other slides. There we go. And also there's no game state, so it's just going to crash. So I need to do art as well. Let me see if I can find my... Okay, drawing tablet's there. Well, let me grab a cable for this. I'll be right back. Okay. Drawing tablet. And map it to the HDMI monitor. If it lets me, I don't know. Okay. So, oops, dang it. Keeps hitting buttons all the time. Now my cat's trying to get in here. So that was slide 1. Good job. I did a black screen. We'll do background. And what I want is the horses have fortified the old Santa workshop. So here's our horse allies. And I need to draw kind of a wintry scene. And I don't even know what else. That's really all I had sketched in my sketchbook. So, again, here's that's all the sketches I have so far, because I haven't really felt inspired to do anything. All this art is pixel art, right? Yeah, that's good. Okay, so that makes my job a little easier. We can do like kind of a sketch maybe first. So, their army of Christmas horses are preparing for war. Let's see, we'll say Bepis and their army of Christmas horses. And actually, we can just make this the same background for now. We can just like check the text stuff. And I don't know how much. I'm sure I could fit more text in here. So what we're actually going to do is this. And that'll give me a rough idea of how much text I can fit in. Oh, I should probably also align it to the very side of the screen. Okay. Uh, why? Oh, that's the same text one, isn't it? Okay. So if I want to center it, I need to not have that be the origin. Or not center it, but if I want it on the very edge. So we'll just set this back. See, this is, you just, when you're programming, you're just changing data around. There we go. So I can get up to a dipus. Now, I don't think this is a monospaced font. So we'll just do that. So we can kind of get that much text. So, here we go. Do that. Army of Christmas horses. Have is another day, December 27th, good enough for creating a fortification? I don't know. Does it matter in this game if I have realistic timelines for their their war? Perhaps not. So they have fortified their base at the old North Pole. North Pole? North Pole. Previously abandoned by the old Santa for his new and improved Santa planet. I'm just going to add a bunch of exposition, which was destroyed in the last game. Because, you know, none of it makes sense. So just to make sure we can follow, just gonna give them everything. I might have to change the font size, but let's just set this all to 0 for now. And 150. Let's do 200, 250, and kind of see what that looks like. Could I write a better system for the cutscenes? Yes, I could, but is that worth the time investment? Okay, that fits. I might make the text a little smaller, because I don't really like how this looks all left aligned. And it's a lot of text. Yeah, I'm not, what is the term for someone who like writes the creative text? I'm not a good writer. But that's fine. I'm not here to be a good writer. I'm here to make a terrible video game. I mean, I'm hoping that the gameplay itself will be fun. Okay, this could all be moved over more. Yeah, I am manually aligning it because I'm a terrible programmer. Oh no, I just closed the thing. Or maybe I just don't care. Yeah, sweet Christmas horse lore. Okay, this can be moved over a little bit more. There's going to be so much lore because I'm going to just continue making these games until I get really sick of making these games. Nobody plays them. I mean, like, maybe 5 people play the game. But I kind of always enjoy making something really stupid. Okay, so there's our lore. I might adjust that a tiny bit. Make this like a 2 and a 5. And I just ran it in debug mode, which took longer. Okay, so now I need art for this screen. I'm going to take a screenshot so I know kind of roughly how much space I have to work with. I'll just crop this as well. And technically, I'm drawing at 1/4 of the size. So we'll just do that for reference. It's our reference size thing. So now, what will the scene look like? Well, what does the North Pole even look like, really? Really, in real life, you know? I guess that kind of looks like a North Pole. I did have another Christmas game a long time ago. I remember, why have I made so many Christmas games? It's because I have a soft spot for old shareware. I don't know if I can even find any of the stuff. And also, if I look up the name of my old game, it just, no one's gonna find it. It's not the best name. But maybe I'll just steal some of my old art. Go to my YouTube dashboard. And just a moment, looking up my old vlog for this game. So maybe just a throwback to my old shit, I'll use the same kind of art, right? I don't know. I've been reading through Homestuck recently, and you know, that person does a lot of self-reference. So I am also not afraid of self-referencing my own work. So there, that's the snow. Very good. Good snow. That'll be the snow. This house is rather flat. I do like this candy cane, though this should be a little bit more curved down here. And also this doesn't look fortified enough. So, I don't know. We're just messing around. How does one fortify a North Pole? Also, should I make it a little more 3D looking? Would that be more realistic? Would that not pull people out of the game as they're playing my masterpiece? And then that's not really enough house or workshop for a North Pole, so maybe we have some more stuff going this way. We'll do the same kind of side door. I'll use the same colors because it's a self-reference. I don't know. We got a door. If I was fortifying, we would need some fencing, right? I mean, you're going to be building fencing as part of the game, so I don't know how much I'd really do in the cutscenes. I don't know. Plot holes are fine. I guess that's okay. Like, I can draw barriers in the little thing here in the cutscene, and then you don't have barriers in the game. You have to build them yourself. It's fine, right? Everything is fine. So we could also do like maybe snow mounds. I don't know. How do you make snow trenches? And then we should also have our horses here. This is a horse. So we'll have multiple horses because they are, or at least one of them is standing watch. We should have a couple out here. Maybe the other one is like doing something else. I don't know. Boop, boop. What is this horse doing? How do you fortify a building? Like put a big piece of plate metal on it, or boarding it up with some hammers? and wood. That's what the horse is doing. Cool. Okay. This spot is blank, so I need some more stuff. Maybe, it's so low resolution, I don't think I could do like elves in the distance very well, unless it's like, here's the elf army, maybe. And then a banner they're, they're carrying. I don't know. I don't know anything about war. Um, or, maybe that'll be for the next slide in the cutscene. Maybe we'll just kind of keep it simple for now. They're fortifying their base. Down here, shouldn't have a whole lot going on. Let me open up last year's stuff so I can kind of make sure I keep the same style. Got horse. Horse from behind. Actually, now I'm getting hungry. Not because I looked at the horse, but just because it's like almost noon. That was a weird way to say that. We'll continue. I might make a food and then mute myself while I do art. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'm not super hungry yet. Let's see. Look, when I'm talking to myself, I don't know how to fill the air, so I'm just going to ramble incoherently. And if that's funny, then that's good. I'm glad you appreciate it, Leo. Boop doop doop. Okay, so background, art. I know how to do art. Also, let's grab this. I'm not gonna do this art. I like my pixel art better. But we can maybe do soft colors for the background, like not have hard black outlines. So we'll just kind of, here's some, so that will be like the snow. Very skillful, very good at it. I don't know what, maybe it's sunrise, like sun is rising. I don't know. Then I have to like do color shading. I don't know. This is the creative process. It doesn't have to be perfect the first time. You just keep iterating on it. So if it sucks, you just keep working on it. Let me also open this over here. I have so many windows open. Okay. How do I draw roofs? I don't know. I don't technically know how perspective works. Something like that. Let's throw this over here, down here, up here, getting close enough. And we'll borrow this yellowy color and the red, terrible looking roof. I guess I need a chimney. So that'd be like that. And we need those wood slats that I don't know what the logic of any of how this stuff is placed. I just kind of draw it the way it might look okay, but I'm sure anyone who actually knows anything about architecture or structure or like, old construction methods is like, this doesn't make any sense. I'm sorry. Okay, grab some of that brown. Oops. Ah, what happened? There we go. I was trying to get my selection. Oh, now my selection just doesn't show up. Okay, cool. That's a random bug with GIMP. We'll just pretend it's fine. Did not select that part. Okay, and another layer. And another layer up here. Does it make sense? No. That actually does not look good. Whatever. And I need to do a door down here. Boop. And some windows. So I like making Christmas games, I guess, because it's kind of like a limited amount of time to work on something. And also, I just really like old shareware, like Christmas shareware. I don't know what the results are gonna come. There'd be game developers in like the 90s would make a Christmas themed version of a game just to put out. So I don't know. That always just seemed really cool to me. Do this. And make these terrible looking windows. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, there's that front of the house. I still need to make that look like bricks. And then, why do these windows look so bad? Honestly, I shouldn't be spending this much time just on like one scene, one side of art. We're going fancy this year. Hopefully have some better music than what I write. uh, better gameplay than last time. We'll see. I mean, it's kind of hard to make a terrible tower defense, especially when you're doing a really short thing. I've never done a tower defense before. I'm looking forward to playing around with the UI stuff. Also, this is uneven, but we are going for imperfection here, so just don't pay attention to that. We'll make kind of little brick looking stuff. Oh, I forgot to grab the chat again. Yeah, tower defense is a good time. It's also been a long time since I've played a tower defense game. So, you know, by my estimation, considering that everything becomes cool again after like a decade or something, 15 years, everyone gets nostalgic for it. I think it's prime time for some tower defense. I also kind of really want to work on another visual novel sometime, mostly because that'd be like more art intensive, and I just really like kind of making art because I know that I'm not great at it, so it's less pressure to like make great art. Okay, so there's the shitty house. I spent way too long on that. Let's draw the fence. And really, I can use my secret faster technique to do the fence. We'll just grab a brown. Oops, why is that not? There we go. I still had stuff selected. So we'll just do this. Make our little posts. I don't know what perspective is. This should go behind the structure. So there's the posts. I am going to duplicate, or I'm going to copy and paste. You can't tell things are selected, but they are. And then I'm going to do my copy, paste in four directions thing. Now it has an outline. I don't have to outline it myself. And we can do the same for the slats in between, whatever it's called. Grab that, make it a little lighter. Do the same sort of thing. So use some perspective to make it look like it's going into that one. There we go. And keep doing that. And we'll use the same trick to get the outlines so that I don't have to do outlines. Another thing I keep in mind when I'm working on something and I know I'm not making it perfect is that the whole is greater than the sum of the parts. Like this fence is going to look shitty, but once everything is together, it'll look a lot better as a whole. Even if any given element kind of is bad, it'll be fine in the end. And again, you also just keep iterating as you need. There we go. So there's my fence. There's my background. I still need my horses. So we'll do horse 1. Let's take a look at what our horses look like again. So we got our different allies. I forgot each one of their names. I'm gonna have to look it up by playing the game again. Maybe I should do that right now. Or, I don't know, I could print out a picture of each of the horses and then write on the printed out page. That way, you print it out, you don't have to do extra work of redrawing it again. So we'll go ahead and stop. We're gonna jump into Christmas Horse 2 again real quick, just so I can remember who the heck everyone is. The brown horse is Ratchet. The vanilla horse is Sneezy. Boop, doop, doop. Oh, here's one. The pink horse, oh good, they're right next to each other, is Wapeka. And the orange-brown horse is Drabus. And I keep drawing on my thing. So then I will make myself a little reference sheet. We can close that now, don't need it. This is Ratchet. This is Sneezy. This is Wapeka. And this is Drabus. So then we'll do that. Crop it. Make sure there's not stuff in front of my printer. There is stuff in front of my printer. I cannot keep anything organized. And now I will just print this out. Image settings for my bad eyes. Blow that up. Okay, so we're back here. I mean, just wait for this to print out. I might not have paper in my printer, which will make it a little bit more annoying. Ow. No, it has paper in there. It's just being very slow. So while that prints, we'll just utilize one of these horses. So we'll put who's gonna have the best contrast? Maybe the pink horse and maybe the brown horse can be decorating, or the light brown horse can be over here. I don't know. We'll do the pink one out front. So, my amazing horse drawing skills. I'll just kind of make that lighter. Oops, my brush was way too big. Do that. Clean that up as well as we go, or not. We don't have to clean anything up. We can continue making it bad. I need to make this horse much smaller. There we go. And I need to grab the original sprites. Actually, I could have just gone to the assets and read the names of the horses, but whatever. Pink horse, pink horse. This horse is based on my cousin who used to have pink hair, but now she has blue hair. But I don't want to change things. That would be confusing for the audience. Add hooves. And let's see. It's kind of hard to draw eyes at such a like low resolution. This is terrible. Weird. I guess that looks kind of okay zoomed out. Nose. Does that look like a horse? Its ears look so weird. It's a horse, okay? Let's kind of adjust the whites a little bit. I don't know. That kind of works. We'll do that. And then another thing I'll add is just the shading, which I'm going to do really basic shading. So for instance, you can just kind of add shading down here, and we'll add it to the environment. We'll just do it really lazy with this tool, so that I don't have to work really hard. And same with, you know, I can shade the house so that one side is darker than the other or whatever. IDK. Do that. This is the shady spot. I have some shadiness over here. And then you can also like lighten up the windows, you know, add more detail to these as we go. It's fine. It's not important. I also forgot to give kind of like a texture to the roof, but whatever. So there's the fence. We can also shade the fence. And that's the wrong layer. Don't shade the horse right there. Where's the light source? I have no idea. Who knows? No, it's not important. Realistic light sources aren't important. Just finishing game is important. Do that. Oops, that's the wrong tool. There. Now does it look like a decent fence? The snow, I could also texture a little bit better. Oh, I can't even tell if it's selected until I like close and reopen GIMP, which is annoying. Yay. Oh yeah, that's still overlaid. Um, why can't I? Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, maybe it's more nighttime-ish. We'll do that. I don't know what I'm doing. Whatever. Snow circular right. I'm just gonna put circles here. There, now it looks real. I don't know. That fence looks pretty good though. Let's add tiles, shingles, something to the roof. Oop. Not on the chimney though. Why did I do that? Did I just... That's weird. This is the structure. I don't know. Same method as my brick wall down below. Stagger in the shingles. Okay. We should have one more horse, but we can also go ahead and just preview this. So I'll go ahead and save this. And we will load in scene 2. So let's see, does that work without me doing any extra work? Oh, I forgot to blow it up. It's a tiny picture. I forgot. Oh, I didn't blow it up enough either. Did I only doubled it. I need to quadruple it. There. I might add some shading on the bottom to make it a little bit easier to read. Look at this cute horse. He's so cute. Okay, we're gonna shift some text over here as well. Let's also add some shading. So we'll just create a rectangle down here, make it kind of transparent. We'll blow this up by 4. Now that's kind of what this one looks like. It doesn't have any animation happening, but does it need animation? What's going on in my... Oh. Ah, something happened. Oh, because I probably clicked on the thing and it tried to go to another slide, and then there's nothing on the other slide. It's on null pointer, and then it broke. And it crashed. Okay. I might take a quick break and grab a food and a drink because I have a scratchy throat. Here, we'll add one more slide. We'll we'll use the same one here. We don't need to do add. And we'll add text. Where's the text? Parentheses. Ah, my text doesn't show up. I probably pushed it to the wrong slide. I did. Yeah. Okay. It's not aligned, but I will be right back. And also, where's my thing? That's that. And I also just clicked again, so it broke the thing. So you can get back over here. Okay. I will be back. You can listen to this music, the terrible. Oh, it's not playing. Ah, I clicked again. Okay. We're gonna add one more slide just so it doesn't crash. Yes, okay. I'm gonna mute myself and then we'll listen to the terrible music as background music. I am back! Though I will mute myself when I take a bite of something. But close that for now. That over there. Open stuff. Has it really already been an hour and 20 minutes? That's kind of cool. I did productive things. Okay, so with the art, I should probably add those mounds of snow because this doesn't currently look like a fortified workshop. There it is. Okay. And then we'll just, I'm going to continue to give exposition of what is needed. So here's my sketch. Kind of see this horse. So this horse will be putting wood planks on the workshop. So let's do like that, but also does it help to do this? I don't know. Okay, get some colors. Close enough. And make it look like wood by adding lines. That is my professional tip. Now it looks like wood. That here. Hello, person who just joined chat. Let me copy and paste your name into Google Translate so I can try to pronounce it. Ah, Pavel. Hello. I am currently trying to draw a horse. And then we'll keep going back to the code and fixing up these cutscenes. But it's really not, like, important, like, fancy coding. Now the challenge here is going to be how to draw a horse holding a hammer. I would think between both of their hooves. So, this is the back part of the horse. And I forgot what horse we are going to put here. So let's look at the previous art. Might go with the lighter colored horse here. So that color. Let me get rid of that thing there. So yeah, just casually trying to get myself to do more game development, especially since I've been so burnt out from the semester. I haven't felt like doing anything all week, but really, I want to work on games. Okay, how do I... Wait, this is the wrong perspective, because the horse would be facing, like, outwards. I need it to be facing inwards, so we need, like, a nice horse butt over here. We're going to have the view of the horse butt. And the horse is facing that way, and then also here's a tail. Okay, so this is the proper orientation of the horse. Let's paste that in, or paint that in. And I guess from the back we got our ears and horse hair, horse mane. That doesn't look very good. We can keep iterating though. Yeah. Eventually somebody will buy the rights to Christmas Horse from me. We'll put the horse is looking that way, and then I will work on the arms. So, we got that part. How do I just... Here's his arm, and he's gonna be holding a hammer. Like this. Kind of that shape. It's gonna be low quality pixel art. Does that look like a hammer? No. There. That is vaguely hammer shaped. That's a that is a hammer. We'll make this come out a little bit more. Maybe that'll be a little more hammer-like. So this horse is trying to fortify the Santa's workshop. The old Santa's old workshop. I guess I could draw some more boards to kind of convey boarding up. I don't know. Or is that adequate? Maybe I can draw some boards on this side. It's like just roughly implemented security features. Also, he's not very good at nailing things. But, I mean, it's a horse, so they're doing what they can. So, as far as the gameplay, I haven't thought a whole lot about units. I'm probably just gonna kind of figure it out as I go. Probably start with like one unit and be like, this one feels okay. We'll do tweaks here and there. But we'll see. We're not quite to that point. I'm just working on the cutscene stuff. They do their best. That's right, Leo. They had the audacity to try to stage a coup against Santa. I mean, they did assassinate Santa. And, you know, now they're continuing to follow through with their plans, which is admirable. Fix this shading. And some shading on these boards. So I think that's good enough for this slide. I mean, we don't want to spend all of our time on one slide. So we'll save that. We'll test that out real quick. So there's our buttload of text. I just don't feel that motivated to work on cutscenes this year. I did last year. So we got that. What's the next frame? Okay. I have some other text over here I might use. We can rephrase it. With the Santa planet destroyed by the elves in retaliation for Beppis, or let's say the horse's assassination of Saint Nick, Beppis and their army fortify the run-down old Santa's workshop, which was in disuse for years, for which has been not used, which was abandoned decades ago. Does that read better? I'm gonna have to adjust the text position again. Okay, I'm gonna... No, I hit the button and I crashed the game. Close. I'll just take a screenshot and copy it and paste it here and use that to adjust my positions of my text. So this can go over a little bit more. Doop, doop. That one can go back a little bit and forward some more. Okay, this one is really not aligned well, so good enough, I think. Nope, I am still here. I am not going away. Okay. So the next slide, they are fortifying. I mean, I guess I could kind of just summarize it. Maybe like with a dramatic picture of the horses sitting around waiting for war. So let's close this. Let's slide it 2 and slide 3. I feel like I need to come up with some text as well for it. So what do I put? The horses got the resources. I don't know. I guess I could just put like a, this is how you play. Yeah, let's just kind of summarize. The Christmas horse army must survive the onslaught of elves attacking their base. Hello, Yamano Tsume. How are you? I am writing bad code. Survive all, I don't know, there's going to be a certain amount of waves, like maybe just 10 waves for the game. 10 waves. Oops. And to maintain your hold as Santa horse. I don't know. Let's see what that looks like. It'll still be the same background for a minute. That's okay. Glad to have you, Yamano Tsune. Oh no. That's not right. I did the slide 3. I did something wrong. Wait, Where am I? Got that. Oh, because everything is kind of aligned in the middle. We'll just start everything at 0. Okay, what am I doing wrong? We update that. Oh, I keep separate slides. Only need that at the end. Okay. The onslaught of elves attacking their base. Should I just make this all left aligned? That would be a little easier, I think. Let's just maybe do that. Plus, if I do ever translate it, it'll be a little easier to work with. To maintain your position as the supreme Santa horse. Santa horse, the supreme Santa. I don't know. Okay. What kind of art to put here? I am not sure. Let's move this text down as well. So we'll do a and one more thing. I'm just going to change this to that. And then we'll do the same technique in order to draw the background for this one. So we'll do screenshot, copy, paste that, crop it, shrink it to the original size, paste it in here for reference. So we can kind of know where the text is, and then we can sketch a thing. So far in the cutscenes, we have not seen Christmas Horse, so we should put Christmas Horse in the cutscene. Like, this is the second game of cutscene. You see him right away. And then there's action. But we're focusing on gameplay this time, not on the cutscenes. So, and we have... Where's that image? Our horse army. Let's see. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I'm glad that you liked those tutorials. I'm glad that they helped you make some games. I know I need to update them eventually at some point. Yeah, and I had an online friend who introduced me to Allegro, so that was like a big part of my life as well. Even though I use SFML now. So let's see, what do I draw? What does a Supreme Santa horse look like? Heart. Do I draw another planet Earth and then Santa horse looks triumphant? Or what's a good... I mean, I could just leave this a black screen and then be like, hey, maybe you'll get more art for the epilogue. You know what, maybe I'll do that and then I can start working on game graphics. I can shift this up a little bit more. Because really, I just want to get to the gameplay programming, because that is going to be more fun. Okay, so I am going to... I hit the button, and I crash the program, because I make the best programs that are very, very stable. Close that. Okay, we'll do maybe 50, 75, 100, 125, and we'll scooch these down a little bit more. Let's see how that looks. I'll scooch that up more. Okay, so I think that's good for the actual just introduction. So then we are going to commit the changes so far, and then everyone else can also look at the source code. It is up on GitLab. So if we go to gitlab.com and then Moosader, we can go view probably the last page. Oh, the second page. Here's Christmas Horse. I mean, it says done, but it's actively under development. Here's the change I just made. So if you wanted to view any of these changes, you know, the commits are there. The code is all there. So I'll put that in the description when I go edit things. But now we need to think about the actual gameplay design. So we have... Oh, no, let's not do inches. Let's do pixels. 1280 by 720 as a screen size, though I will make it pixely, so let's just go with half that size. And we will do a layout. So we'll start with probably just a set of tiles. Let's do, for instance, if I kind of draw a grid here. Nope, not that. Is that an okay size? We'll just try throw in this grid. Here. So I think 32 by 32 might be okay. There's a little of extras down there, but we could put maybe the HUD down there, because you'll need to be able to select items to build, and there'll be just pretty much just one map. We're going to have multiple rounds, but one map. So that will be kind of the game map. We'll just kind of sketch some things for the layout. So with the game, let's see. It still feels like really limited space, but we could possibly put the base like right here. How much space? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So maybe this could be the base, and then waves could come in from all sides. So perhaps what we could do is like, maybe this side is forested, and so things don't come this way immediately. Maybe this side has water, so again, things don't come this way immediately until they start upgrading. And then maybe this is like mountain. I don't know. But then it could still all be tile-based, so things start coming in here, and you can place stuff to shoot it. Maybe I could do that, or maybe it would just be easier to like kind of keep the base back here maybe certain special enemies can still attack from the sides. We could just kind of assume that maybe the back is safe-ish. And then it's a matter of, like, what obstacles there are. So we could let the user set all of the items. This could just be like an open field, and then we could have, like, you have this amount of rocks you can place. Maybe they can do that to block the path, but won't have enough to really fill the entire, like, they wouldn't have enough to fill the entire row. So something like that, where the enemies still have to be able to go around. Oh my gosh, I don't want to do pathfinding. Or, you know, if we don't want to do that and don't want to add pathfinding in here because that would be a lot more work, we could just kind of have a path, predefined path that gets followed. So that could be something like, you know, maybe they start off just kind of going in a zigzag, and maybe this can, like, branch so then enemies can come from, or I don't know, enemies can come from multiple directions perhaps, and then you'll have to guard the different ones. And I might shrink this a bit because we need space for a HUD. So I'll lighten this so we can see better. With the HUD, I don't know if this is enough space, but we could have down here, like, different units. So you'd be able to select these, and they have a certain amount, and you place them somewhere on the field. So for instance, let's say a guy right here has a range like this, and so you could place them on the field. Someone else might be like a long range, but only in one direction. So then you can place them on the field somewhere, and, you know, as things come and follow the path, they will get destroyed. And since the game is going to be pretty small, it's not going to need a whole lot of space. Now, technically, like, buildings could also be units, so it could just be like, here's a little tower that does that shooting. That looks weird. So, like, it kills stuff over here. I'm just trying to think of if there's anything else I would need. Maybe over on this side, we could just have information, like the wave. This one could have a health bar. So that might be a good way to just start it. And then I can kind of do some pixel art here to figure out what I want to do. Though, I wonder if I still have the repository for it. Let me try to find... It might be in here. It's kind of old. But I have a repository for Legacy of Xmas. Maybe I can just borrow some of the art from this old game. This was made eons ago, and I think the assets are all in the Android folder because things were weird. Okay, so let's just open these up. The terrain art I could possibly just use and not have to do a lot of new stuff. That's just white. That's a gumdrop. That's a hat. Here's my Christmas tile set, which might work okay. That might be cute, right? There's a penguin. There's a Santa. Oh, I don't know if Leo is still in the chat, but I'm just gonna post this in Discord since we were talking about candy cane weapons the other day. Here's my Santa with his candy cane weapon. So I was trying to make kind of a technically Zelda style game, but really I was more inspired by the old shareware game God of Thunder. I think this is really cute. I liked the game, but I don't know. It's kind of hard to stick with larger projects. But I'll at least use some of these. And technically I could just place them here. I don't necessarily need to have a whole map format set up. Just keep it simple. So for instance, I could like copy the snow and we'll just start adding tiles. So then, oh, I might need to blow these up a little. Oh, these are 20 by 20? Weird. Not cool. Not the best. We'll work with this for now. That's unfortunate. So we'll just set that up, and then since there will be a certain road they follow, I'll need to kind of add some, just some terrain details to look like there is a thing in the way, or a cliff, or a road that they have to follow. So keep putting these around. I can just kind of use this as the blanket background. Maybe I should put this down here so we can see everything. And I don't know if I should still just use this path or if I should maybe make it fork sooner. Oh. Thank you. Have a nice night. Have a good dinner. We'll put this down here. Okay. The the snow does not look good now that I scaled it, but we'll not worry about that right now. We're just getting stuff done, and if there's extra time, we can adjust afterwards. Okay, so what else do we have that we can kind of use? I mean, a lot of this is like kind of indoor furniture. And that's maybe kind of ice? I don't know. We could, let me see. I'll grab this color and just get a darker version. So since if this is just an image that I load in and not like load in tile art, I could kind of just draw like, for instance, a cliff face. So then this would look more like, that could be a little more jaggedy, but kind of just making it look like a sheer cliff-ish, sort of. So then I can fill that in. Oops, I did it on the wrong layer. Let's grab this, cut that, undo. Paste it. And bring it back up here. Okay, so then I can kind of fill this in, and then that could be basically kind of the color but lighter. And we can kind of build out the map that way, which, see, like, you can kind of tell that looks like a cliff, right? Which this part right here, I could technically make this more of a lighter thing. But make it look a little bit more like a lighter snow texture. I don't know. We're just kind of trying to make things easy. So, but I don't want to just have cliffs by themselves because that will be a little boring. I should also label these layers properly. Let's say barriers. So maybe at the start there's cliffs. And so you can't like place anything here. I will have to make a really basic tile map to say where you cannot place things. But we can also kind of do that. Grab this. That is less obvious that that's a cliff. We could kind of go more of a Zelda style with it, where remember with like the Legend of Zelda Link to the Past, everything was kind of at like a weird angle where you could see the walls no matter what angle the wall was at. So we could do something like this. I think I used the wrong. Oh no, I think it's fine. I just need to get rid of that. And hide the HUD for a moment so I can finish this off. This is just, you know, still sketching, testing stuff out. We'll grab that, paint the snow. So that might be okay. Like, I would have to adjust up here as well, but it could be a very top-down view, which actually, like, do we want top-down or do we want a... I don't know. I think it'll still look better at more of a 3/4 up-down view rather than directly above head. Like, let's see. I'm trying to think of, what have I even played recently at all? Okay, so some stuff. I really like Defender's Quest. I haven't played it in a while, though. So this is kind of mostly top-down, but slightly at an angle. I mean, you see the bottom of the trees. This is very flat, but then you also see the characters from an angle and not just the top of their head, which for some reason I was thinking in Warcraft it looked like that. Maybe in Warcraft 1. But usually it's just less aesthetically pleasing to just look at the top of a head. Okay, they're still also kind of out of perspective. So yeah, maybe we'll go more with that. And I got a text. Let me see. Where did I put my phone? Hello. What type of phone do I have? I have a OnePlus 6. One of my friend's kids is texting me. Okay. So given that, I don't necessarily want this to look like that. Another barrier, it could just be easier to make it water and be like this is just open ice and water, and that's why they have to traverse the way that they do. So we could do something like this and then make, I don't know what a good ice color would be. But that doesn't look good. Just water and then a light ice kind of thing. And then that way it's easier to kind of recognize, maybe. And really it doesn't have, the path doesn't have to follow this. I could do like little nodes or something like that, and you just move between nodes. But we can have something like that. Grab some decorations from over here, get some cute little trees. I mean, I don't want to make it so any of the decor keeps you from placing things, so we'll probably have a region where you can set things right next to one of the roads, and then maybe not in other places otherwise. But I wouldn't have the trees like blocking any aiming across that way. So we could just kind of randomly place some trees. Like there's a forest. You have to charge through the forest. Oops. I mean, I guess the trees can go anywhere and you can just place tiles on top of whatever. Yeah, we'll see. What else we have? We got a little snow guy. Put put the snow guy over here. We got gingerbread dudes. I don't know. Candy cane pillars. Toilet. Let's put a toilet outside. Gifties. I don't know. I haven't actually put anything in the games about the horses doing any sort of gift giving or making or anything like that. But, you know, maybe that could be next year. Maybe it could be a Factorio ripoff and you create toys. I don't know. Or we can also say that, you know, there's this water everywhere because of global warming. And so that's why the Santa's workshop is surrounded by water. There. You know, work around your constraints. So, okay, that could be this. It looks like an elephant, kind of. I don't know if anyone else sees that. I'm going to draw the elephant. This is what I see. Like a happy elephant, sleepy face or something. That's this. And then there's like some legs. This is our elephant island. So, let's see. Add this barrier coming up some more. So, like they can't pass this way because of the water. Oops. Oops. My elephant! There. Now it looks like a weird smiling elephant. Like this is the eye and like a weird mouth. Okay. So then they do have to go up that way. Maybe, I'm trying to think of why the path would go downwards. Or we could just fork it off at that point and have, it doesn't have to be symmetric, you know. It could be interesting to not have symmetry, but it could possibly like fork from down there, or maybe fork from up here, so they can either go downwards or upwards. We gotta go around. I don't know. This is all stuff that can be tweaked as well. Because once there's more testing happening, it'll be a little bit easier to see what works and what does not. So I feel like maybe the way this could work is like a flow. So there could be like a queue of enemies, and basically if there's an enemy here, then the guy behind it will start going downwards. And basically anytime there's a line and they can't fit this way, they'll go down the alternate path as well. And then this one will go this way, this one will go this way. So maybe we could do something like that so that the first few waves, not a lot going on. So then they just kind of all trickle in this way as the very most easy thing to do. But then in subsequent waves we get more, so they kind of overflow downwards and overflow downwards. Yeah. We could also just have paths show up the like later in the waves we get. kind of like maybe the elves are creating more just places they're able to walk through. Like maybe they cut down some trees or something else. I don't know. Whatever will be the simplest. We just keep it simple. So this is, again, just a rough kind of sketch of what the map could be like. I'll need to do some art for the base, maybe some other obstacles, make this water look better. Or, you know, to start off with, I could literally just have a line straight through and work on having some characters that feel good to control to put into the map and then separate it from there. Or, you know, it might be good to look at other things for inspiration. This one has like 4 lanes they can come from. I'm not going to steal from Defender's Quest, but just see, like, this one's just one long line. This one has a couple of forks. So that's just something maybe to plan for later. This is something else I could like sketch on paper, and then come back to this because I don't like doing any like solid final design decisions without sketching on paper. So that's like 3 different paths coming in. So yeah, we could see. But I think that's good enough for now. Just doing some design and then, you know, did a little bit of programming for the cutscenes. But I'm going to eat this food and then I need to do, I guess, a little bit of planning for our D&D stuff later tonight, which is not on YouTube. I'm just talking to Leo, who's in the chat. Doing some planning for that and I don't know, being allowed to relax or maybe grind for some more Moogle tombstones so I can buy a nice hat in a video game, but we'll see. Yeah, so I was gonna try to plan out just some stuff to talk about with the D&D for tonight, and then I don't know how many people are gonna participate. We might have to shift some stuff and figure things out. I do see 4 RSVPs at the moment for us, which might be good enough. And then people can join in later as well. But anyway, thanks everyone for watching me work on this design. I'll probably stream some more, possibly over the weekend. Yeah. So the next will be graphics and gameplay and tweaking stuff, which will be fun.